everyone, it's me, Demetra Kaye of the Demetra Kaye Show here on YouTube, and a proud contributor of the African Diaspora News channel and the African Diaspora News Insider. And if you haven't already, could you please subscribe to all channels and most definitely like this video. So as you guys may or may not know, us here in the great state of Texas, we're going through some things right now. We're having a winter storm that is supposed to be an anomaly. It's rare that this has happened. And if you guys also haven't known, the temperatures dropped to dangerously low levels to where everything froze, right? We even got snow and all of that. And so some of the things that happened, actually the fallout from the storm, was that people lost power and water, and it was freezing cold in the houses. And you guys have probably seen the pictures by now of the insides of people's houses frozen because their water valves have broken and everything like that. And I must say too that I am now waiting on a plumber to come repair our water because our water pipe cracked. Not too bad, and the roof and everything is still intact, so we were fortunate in that regards. But anyway, let's get on to the story at hand. So there's a mayor by the name of Tim Boyd out of Colorado City, Texas. Okay, now, a mayor is supposed to be in a leadership role, and he thought that he would say the following to his 4,000 constituents. So this is what he said. And he posted this on his social media. He says, "Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute. No one owes you or your family," and by the way, the dude really can't spell. I don't even know how he became mayor, but anyway, you guys, let me continue. "No one owes you or your family anything, nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this." And I'm saying it like that because he uses all these exclamation marks, okay? "Sink or swim, it's your choice. The city and country, along with power providers or any other service, owes you nothing. I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. If you have no water, you deal without and think outside the box to survive and supply water to your family. If you are sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are sitting there waiting for someone to rescue you because you're lazy, is a direct result of your raising." So now you done brought your mama and your daddy into this, okay? Where was I with this nonsense? "It was because of your raising. Only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. Folks, God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. This is sadly a product of socialist government where they feed people to believe that few will work and others will become dependent for handouts. I am sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water. Yes, but I'll be damned if I'm going to provide for anyone that is capable of doing it themselves. We have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and mesh them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying and looking for a handout. Get off your bleep and take care of your own family." Then he reiterates it again. Bottom line, don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. All right? Now, I read it like he wrote it. You guys can check it out for yourself. Now, again, this is the mayor of Texas, or Colorado City, Texas. What happened to the uplifting words of "together we'll get through this, and I know that it's cold if we just band together, help your neighbor, reach out and see"? What happened to those type of words? This is a bootstrap dude, and there's no doubt in my mind that he is a big-time Trump supporter. I mean, just the rhetoric alone sounds very Trumpish, Trumpy, if you will. I mean, I could be wrong, but I doubt him. He could be following Joe Biden too. Who knows? Because Joe Biden did say some things like "I'll be damned." So it's hard to tell. But this is the mayor telling his people basically, "Screw you, suck it up, buttercup." All right. And so Unfortunately, he wrote a check his bleep couldn't cash, okay? And then he had to issue the following. Now, he has since resigned because, I guess people was like, wait a minute, cowboy. That ain't what we supposed to be hearing from you. You supposed to be uplifting us or something. So he, issued the following tweet. It was an apology. He says, all I have sat back and watched all this escalating and have tried to keep my mouth shut. I won't deny for 1 minute what I said in my post this morning. Believe me when I say that many of the things I said were taken out of context and some of which were said without putting much thought into it. I would never want to hurt the elderly or anyone that is in true need of help to be left to fend for themselves. I was only making a statement that those folks are too lazy to get up and fend for themselves, but are capable, should not be dealt a handout. I apologize for the wording and some of the phrases that were used. I had already turned in my resignation and had not signed up to run for mayor again in the deadline. That was February 12th. I spoke some of this out of the anger that the city and the country was catching for situations which were out of their control. Please understand, if I had to do it all over again, I would have just kept my words to myself. And if I did say them, I would just have used better wording and been more descriptive. The anger and harassment you have caused my wife and my family is so undeserved. Now let's break it up, right? Let's stop right there, okay? Now he's mad because his wife, his wife has now been fired from her job because she went on and defended the nonsense. But remember when he dragged everybody's mama and daddy into it, talking about how he was raised and stuff? And so now he's mad that his wife is also, cashing some bounce checks, or she's trying to, right? So he says, my wife was laid off of her job based off of the association people gave to her and the business she worked for. She's a very good person and was only defending me. Now, I fail to believe a very good person would be with a dude like that. So she's just like him, okay? Let's just assume that much, okay? But her to have to get fired from her job over things I said out of context is horrible. I admit there are things that are said all the time that I don't agree with, but I would never harass you or your family to the point that they would lose their livelihood, such as a form of income. Let's back it on up right there too. First of all, you're talking about you would never harass people, but you get on your social media and you pretty much call people losers and lazy because they are going through something that was no fault of their own. It wasn't their fault that Mother Nature decided to say, hold my beer. I want to make it colder for you guys than you've ever experienced. It's not their fault that the energy plant ERCOT was unprepared, to service the people and the water. It's not their fault. But yet he's mad because their livelihoods are messed up. But you pretty much just, let me go on here, okay? Now, he also says, I ask that each of you understand I never meant to speak for the city of Colorado City or Mitchell County. I was speaking as a citizen and I'm not the mayor anymore. Boo. I apologize for the wording and ask that you please not harass my family or myself anymore. So now he doesn't want to be harassed anymore. Okay. Threatening our lives with comments and messages is horrible. I think to have to wonder about. I won't share any of those messages from those names as I feel they know how they are and hope after they see this they will retract the hateful things that they have said. Thank you, Tim Boyd, citizen. And you know what? Who cares, right? Now all of a sudden you want people to show you compassion because you've you've resigned. You're probably going to lose a job anyway. And now your wife has gotten fired because she jumped in the ring with you of stupidity. So now you want people to not harass you. I honestly don't. I think if he was really being harassed to the tune that he says he is, I think that he would have posted those, tweets or comments or inboxes or whatever they were just to kind of victimize himself because he sounds like a pansy. And he sounds like he would take every opportunity to highlight himself as being the victim. And besides, people have a bigger fish to fry, right? We're not worried about some, two-bit mayor and trying to go egg this house or anything like that. We're worried about getting our lights on and our water flowing and just getting back to normal. But yeah, that's a prime example of what happens when you write a check your behind can't cash, right? And so we are getting up and running here at the African Diaspora News Channel, and so am I on my channel. As you guys can see, I'm going through some things, but you know what? I'm here. I'm here trying to deliver the news to you as best I can. And so, for more insightful videos and commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.